Hello. If the sound is good, let me know. How is your weekend? So, hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Yeah. Elizaja says the voice is good. All right. That would be nice. Okay. Christopher Akigbe. Good evening. Let's see those in the chat. 1 minute. Okay, we have Elizaja. Says Indonesia is midnight. Wow. I appreciate you staying up late to listen to me. It will be a nice time. You will enjoy it. Okay. I appreciate that. We are going to start shortly. I'm trying to make sure everything is okay. And let me know if you can see the chat on the screen. Adjust is clear. Okay. So let me just let you know, as I analyze the market, from time to time, we are going to be chatting. Okay. This is the session where you can ask me anything. And don't forget to put in your favorite pair that I will go through. Okay. So at least three so that we can use that and build a kind of interactive session. All right. Joshua says, hello, Raba. Always great to be in the same room as you. Same here, brother. And then Maria Victoria says, hey, hey. All right, Mary, oh, welcome to my stream. All right. So as I was saying, from time to time, you are going to see this chat pop up. Okay. Once it pop up, that is discussion time. All right. So write down the question you are going to ask me. Any question, just bring it on. I will try my best to answer, even though it's not trading related. Joshua says, hello, Rabba. Always great to be. Okay. I've read that. I've read that. All right. We are going to go straight into the analysis. Victoria says, hey, Joshua. All right, Joshua says pounds NZD. All right, that's a good one. Keep it coming. Just keep typing in the pairs you want me to work with. Okay, I'm going to analyze them today. So at least three. So without wasting time, let's go in and then get ourselves ready. So this is Euro USD. You know the drill. I always start from the higher time frame. Okay. Let me take off this. Okay. So as you can see from the monthly chart, we are dealing with this continuation opening price resistance, or you can call it supply area. This was where market went all the way down to this level here. All right. So we are back to that level. And as you can see, market is reacting pretty good on that level. So this level is a strong resistance, or you can call it a strong supply area. All right. So for me, if you have been bullish all the way from here, which market has been bullish, this level could be a potential end to the bullish direction. I said potential end. There are things I would like to see before I can call it the end of the bullish move. But in the meantime, the monthly time frame is bullish. Monthly is bullish. That doesn't mean we can't sell. All right. So we simply wait till we get to the weekly support area to see if we can keep pushing price up. All right. So monthly is bullish. On the weekly, that same level is also a weekly strong level. All right. So that is a strong level, and market is reacting pretty good from there. If I want to be a long-term buyer, this is the area where I'll be looking at. This is the area, yeah. And price has not tapped in. Okay. So in order to continue our intraday, in my last live stream, I mentioned that the Euro USD was bearish. All right. Was it Euro USD? Yes, it was Euro USD. Because we had a fresh reversal opening price here, and we're expecting price to react from there to go to the downside. Okay. So, but what happened is that we created a fresh support here. So one has to be careful with the sell trade. All right. From what I can see here, we have the daily rejecting this level. The daily rejecting this level. And as you can see, it has created a fresh support or demand area. So these are areas we have to watch out for. Okay. So as usual, during the live stream from next week, hopefully we will be able to catch a trade here. All right. While the market is shifting to bullish move, I will let you know. Okay. But for now, the daily is still looking bearish to me. All right. But we have this level to take care of. So the shell, Euro USD, we are in a sell, and this is where I'll be taking my profit. Then I'll wait to see how the market reacts from this level. Okay. But for my long-term buy, this is what I'm looking at. All right. But it all depends what happens here. Okay. So Euro USD out of the way. We are going to go to Ultimate Gold. Okay. Let me take off all of these. So always remember to always start your analysis from the higher time frame. It will give you an understanding of the overview of the market. Then you work your way down to the lower time frame and then you execute. Simple as that. So from here, monthly is still bullish. Monthly time frame is still bullish, and this is the area I'm targeting. At least we are going to target this first. That is the high of June. That'll be our first target. So let me simply bring this down here. This is our first target. Market has been consolidating. It opened there from the month of May, went all the way up, closed without a winner. Same thing with June. Even though we have a strong bullish close, we still don't have a clear winner. All right, so we are still bullish on gold. But the problem is we might be bullish on the monthly, but the daily is telling me something else. So I must speak with the language the daily gives. Now on the weekly, these are the area. I took a trade there. I think I will send a. Where should I drop this? Telegram. Okay, join the Telegram. I will include the link in the description. Join the Telegram. I will drop my trade, but that's on my personal account. We took a trade here, and I'm still holding that trade. So right now, we have to look for a way to get an entry from the daily. Right? So we are still bullish on gold. So for me, if you want to take this entry, you simply wait for price to touch on this reversal opening price. The new support was created. A new demand area was created. All right. So from there, you should expect a continuation. This is a better one, especially when once you get your confirmation. So let's go to the chart now and see if there are any demands from people. So yeah, we have here pounds NZD, which I will do immediately from Joshua. Then Oguntoye says, "Good evening, Raba." Oguntoye, it's been a long time. Good to have you here. And then Joshua says USD card and then US oil. Good one. Alex says AUD JPY, please. All right, we are going to work on that. And also, this chart, I will try to make it beautiful as well. Unless you will like the way it is like this, let me know. If not, I'll work on it to make it, beautiful, nicer to look at, and the rest. There are a lot of things I'm learning during live stream to make it more interactive. So let's go and analyze what is listed there. The first one is pounds NZD. So let's go pounds NZD. Okay. Lot of consolidation. Indecision. Just in case there's a lines there. So yeah, when you're analyzing, you look at the current or the recent rejection. So the recent rejection is a bearish rejection. All right. A bearish rejection. Let me change this to monthly line. I have a different line for each time frame. Monthly is this purple line, thick purple line. Weekly is the black line, the thick black line. Then the daily is the thinner, the black line. So we have, prior to this, when we rejected, we also created a support. And that is why market has been moving the way it is. So have you seen? Market came up here, rejected, creating a new support. Price came back in here, even traded all the way to this support here, which is resistance broken, becomes support, and then price rejected. So currently we are still within this range. So which is a bit dicey. Then the recent support, the recent resistance created, beg your pardon, um, is this. So these are the three levels I will put on chart for now. Okay. So having marked that up, we go to the weekly. Okay. So if you want to ask me my overall direction of the monthly time frame here, it's still bullish, but we are creating a demand to challenge those supply. All right. So let's go to the weekly. So our recent rejection is this level. Price rejected here, came all the way down. And then we have this level here. I don't want to put too many lines on the chart. But the support level here, I'm going to include. Okay. So let's take up the monthly levels. So we have this range also for the weekly. We go to the daily. So for me, I have two levels I'll be looking at. The first one is here to buy. The second one is here also to buy. All right. So when price comes into this place, I want to buy. All right. Let's go to the 4 hour. Because the potential end of this rejection here will be this or this. But with the way I trade, I simply react to the market. Once it gets here, I will buy. Simple as that. Okay, so this is what I can let out on pounds NZD Joshua. So let's look at USD card. USD card. Okay. Starting from the monthly. So we rejected from here all the way down to this point. And I mark up the Quasimodo because there's a support causing this rejection. So that is a Quasimodo. So that's the recent rejection I've gotten. Let's be 100% sure of that. The price, I don't think price touched it. Price did not touch. Okay. So we should be looking for a bearish trade. In fact, from this level, this opening price, you can start selling. Okay. Even though this is a strong level. But let's look at it on the weekly time frame. So hopefully we'll be pushing down to this support. If you look at it well, we close below this. When you draw a line out, you see that it's a close below, which means we want to push lower, unless you create a fresh support. So going to the weekly, you can see we just attempt to sell from there. Then we don't have a fresh level. Then weekly, we rejected this. So let's see if this rejection make any sense. And again, if you can see, we've not closed above this resistance. So we are trading within the range from this level to this level. Hopefully, this also will react. So let's go daily and see if we can get it set up. And see a bullish setup. Yeah. And if I to be honest, this was the first area price rejected. But however, you can try to buy from here. I prefer the reverse opening price. Price comes in here, you buy. Right. So this is what I can say on USD card for now. While doing this analysis, probably from Monday, Tuesday, things might change, and then if when I come up live, I'll let you know. But from the data I've gotten so far, this is a more obvious setup for you to take. So US oil, US oil. Where are you? Did I even include it? US oil. WTI. Mm, 1 minute. Okay, let's use this. Oil is in a I don't know what to call it. Hmm. So recent rejection is this on the monthly. We rejected from here, created a fresh support here. But if you notice, we close below this. Do we have any rejection from any area? Let's see this. We had that rejection there. So this is the latest. No, this is the latest. After this, we push up. So what it means is that any bullish move might potentially end here. We don't know yet until we go deeper. So let's move deeper. Weekly. From my knowledge, I think oil should start pushing. So this was a nice reaction to continue pushing up. So let's look at the daily. Let's look at the daily. Okay. Let's look at 4 hour. I'll prefer price to come back in here before I can start buying. Okay. Prefer area because this area I've seen some form of confluence for me that will make this support stronger for a push. Okay, that is that. So let's go back to the chart and see. Oh, by the way, I didn't come. I messed up. All this while we're on the chart. Okay, so let's read the chart. Wow. Hmm. When you are dealing with something new, these are the kind of things that happen. I hope you saw my analysis. The chart did not cover it up, especially when I was pointing at some levels around this side. Sorry about that. So let's look at the chart. So for Joshua, I've done what Joshua asked us to do. The next one is Alex, Australian dollar, Japanese yen. And then Oguntoye says, please help and watermark on your chart to show the pairs and time frame you are on. No, with those watermark, I don't like it. To see the time frame and then the pairs, just simply look upward. Let's go back here. Just look up here. That's the pair. Then look at the highlighted time frame. I don't like that means you want to change my settings. I don't like the watermark. All right. Sorry about that. If you don't really understand which time frame, you can listen because while I switch to that time frame, I will mention the name of the time frame. Then you can also look up here to know the time frame. Okay. The pair, yeah. The time frame, yeah. That's all. Okay, just pardon me for that. I will not change and put watermark. I just don't like those kind of things. There was a time I put watermark with my logo, my name. I have to remove it. Let me make it clean. Very simple. You tend to understand it better this way. Just listen, all right? Then I'll go to it says, please help with NAS 100 too. Yeah, definitely I will. So let's go to here says I have to bring back the chat. Oh my god. I'm going to learn. By the way, as I said, if you have any question, put it in the chat because I'm getting bored already. It's as if I'm sitting here talking to myself. If someone passes by now, who is this guy talking to? So please make it interactive, make it less boring for me. All right. Okay, let's go to Australian dollar, Japanese yen. AUD, JPY. There you go. Okay. Now, this analysis, we are still on this. The price hasn't got into our level. So let's see. Take this off. Okay. We'll do the analysis all over again. Now, always understand that price may not come to your level or market might move without you. It's a normal thing. But I can assure you, once you master the way I trade, you'll get most entries because you'll be reacting to the market. That is why predicting is not a really good thing. You predict, okay, when it comes here, when price gets there, react and then take your trade. Okay. So there's something cool I want to turn up now. Okay. I don't know if you can see it. 1 minute. Okay. Now, can you see my lower third? As you can see there, free mini course. You have my free mini course and improve your trading skills. This is simply an email course that you'll be getting every day. And then at the end of it, it should help you sharpen your skills as a trader. So become a better trader. All right. The link is in the description or the pinned chat on the live chat. All right. So don't fail. And if you're already taking it, share it with someone that you feel will benefit from it. I know most people here are part of the mini course, but just in case you know a trader friend, you can share that with the person. All right. So let's go to the chart one more time before I go to AUD JPY. Joshua says, many thanks, Raba. Okay. Then we have MC. Can you do silver, US 30, and gold? All right, MC seems you just joined because I've already done gold. But the good news is that I've not yet talked about the silver US 30. All right. Joshua says, how do you use fundamentals with your position? Do they matter? To be honest, fundamental matters, but not in my strategy. Okay. I just get to be aware that there will be a massive impact. That's all. I don't use it as a basis for taking trades. So I don't analyze based on fundamentals, because fundamentals, if there's any major change in policies, let's assume Powell announces something, maybe increase as hiking interest rate or lowering interest rate, it doesn't really affect the market immediately. Those kind of effects will start affecting the market in like 6 months' time. Okay, because they've dropped interest rate doesn't mean dollar will just fall immediately. No, that's not how it works. So the moment I realized that, I just focus on the technicals, because the technicals are what you can use to make decision now. For long term, like if I'm an investor in maybe Apple stock, Facebook, or thereabout, I'll be interested in the fundamentals because I'll be holding it for a long time. But for a trader like you and I, intraday trader, scalper, position traders, the fundamentals in my own analysis, it does not affect the way I trade. Once price gets to my opening price, I will execute the trade, whether there's a non-farm payroll that day or not. So it all depends. If I'm not really sure of the area that I want to take the trade, then I can look at, okay, reducing the risk. That's all. So I don't use fundamentals per se to make my decision, or what is the news? What is the outcome of this news? No, I don't do that. All right. And he said, do they matter? For me, they don't matter. Oguntoye say, yes, I have benefited from the course before, but I no longer receive the emails. Yes, I've not been sending emails. And secondly, even when I send emails, I think Gmail have a way of not delivering it to the inbox. So you have to go through the promotion or maybe your junk to see the message I've sent. So I'm working on improving the credibility of my server so that when I send the emails, it should get straight to your inbox. Okay. So that is, I'm really working on that. George Ugo says, yes, it is nice. Oh, George, may I ask, what are you responding to? Did I ask something? Is it about the chat? But I'm just looking at it now. Yes, it is nice. Probably I remember asking if the chat is okay or whether I need to work on it to make it more beautiful. I think that should be the response. Okay. By the time George puts it down, I will come back to the chat. Don't forget, feel free to ask me questions, especially relating to trading. But there's some simple advice that you can get that will help you. It's not only technical analysis every time. Okay? Okay, so AUD JPY. This is a recent rejection, and we are trading above this man here. When I say this man, I'm talking about the price, the opening price. Okay, so bullish on the weekly. Oh, this is nice. Break and retest. Break out. Yeah, what happened? Yes, what happened is that, was it? There are a lot of things I can't remember. All right, but the main thing is that we broke above this, which is a cool area to retest and then probably push higher. So let's see. Nice, good one. So what happened here is that we created a fresh level. So I'll be looking at this zone. Not really zone, two lines there. This continuation opening price resistant broken becomes support, and then the reversal opening price. Okay, that's what I was looking at. All right. So that is it. So you simply wait for market to give this. Now there are ways you can also, what is happening? The gazillion lines on the chart. I'll still wait for that level. Even though we have this level, let's wait for this level. Okay, so yeah, we push up. All right. So AUD JPY done. The next is what? NAS 100. Yes. We're going to request for NAS 100. So let's go and say perfection. Push in and up. I remember this in the last stream. I told you that this doesn't feel like it will push up, that it needs to come back down. Once it trades into this area, you can start buying. If you can remember, put in the chat. Okay. So before then, and this is a nice push profit, at least for you to pocket. So let's go to the monthly. Monthly is bullish, as you can see. We are trading in all-time high territory. Those that invested, the investors in Nasdaq will be smiling, because right now, if they have bought the shares, maybe when it was around here, right now they'll be smiling. Okay. Weekly is also okay. It's bullish, and we create a fresh level again. The main thing is to work with our daily. Now, good one. If you are in any bullish position, these are times you take your profit. You know why? Number one, these are all-time high territories. These are all-time high. So, and then what happened here? The market has created a fresh resistance. I won't be surprised if that resistance push price into this area. So this is still my zone, preferred zone to continue pushing up. So patience is very important. You have to be patient. And then on the 4 hour, let's just expect price to come lower. Simple as that. Because we are already close. Buying at this level to target this high is not a good trade in terms of risk to return. So simply wait for the market to give you more data so that you can conclude. Preferably, I would like the market to come back down. Then from there, I'll be more confident to hold it even longer to push higher. So that is that on NAS 100. The next one is silver and US 30. That was demanded by MC. Okay. So US 30. So before US 30 is silver. AUG, I think USD. That should be silver. Okay. Silver all time high. Are you kidding me? This pair is very volatile. Other people are trading this. That is good. So nothing to say here. The monthly is extremely bullish. But this is the all-time high. Weekly, we created a fresh resistance. So it doesn't make sense to be buying at this price level because we are closer to the resistance. IQ, trading IQ. So let's wait for price to leave that resistance and come to a more comfortable area to continue buying. Okay, remember your market structure the way it is in the textbook. All right, same thing, just apply it here. Wait for this to pull down, and then you buy. Sometimes the basic things, the simple things, we take it for granted. But those are the things that give us more money. So daily, and see we are rejecting from this, but price do not want to push high from because of this indecision can do. Sometimes you have to bring in your knowledge of price action into any strategy you trade. Smart money, supply and demand, Wyckoff, support and resistance, harmonic pattern, whatever. Price action is key. Just study the way the candle closed. Is it a doji? Once the doji is, it signifies indecision. As I was saying, I prefer a push down. So we are going to monitor this. Maybe in the next live stream, I will come to this. But if your fingers are itching you and you actually want to take the trade, wait at least till it gets to this area. Till it gets to this area, then you pull the trigger. All right. So that is it. The next one is US 30. US 30 is around the support. No. Resistance. But remember where we are coming from. We are bullish. This could be the potential end. Who knows? So we are still bullish. We are still bullish on the US 30. So weekly, you can see what is happening there. A fresh weekly level. I think I talked about this. And sell price rejected from it. Then came back and then close to at the same point or close to the same point it opened. Indecision. That means the buyers step back in, but they can't really push it up. And then the seller is not strong enough to do anything meaningful from there. So let's go to the daily. If you're taking this trade, yeah, trade it as an intraday. Because from the way I'm seeing, markets will consolidate for a long time. So simply mark out this area for your trade. Price coming here, buy. But when you're buying, take your profits at the next what's it called? Resistance. Take your profit at the next resistance. Gold I've done before. MC at the end of the stream. Just watch the stream. The first two analysis was Euro USD and gold. All right, so you get my opinion on gold. Let's go back to charting. Okay. Joshua here says, what was the update on your Ola Prime review? Update in what form? We've opened an account and we are trading. I think we took a trade last week, Friday, yesterday, or day before yesterday. So the Ola Prime is okay. When it comes to the review, so far they are good. I give it a try. Let's see how it goes. If it doesn't make sense, I will let you know. But for now, it's really making sense. And I think they have a 200% split. I saw it on their website. But limited time. Maybe if you buy that challenge, man, 200% split. It's always a promo. If I were you, I would jump into that. And then let's test that out. I've already bought an account. So if not, I would have bought that one. And then gain 200%. That means times 2 of the profit you've made. I just hope they will not behave funny. But so far, I don't think they are because they preach transparency, which is something that really caught me. And let's give them a try. Then Joshua is asking, how about Darwin? Yeah, Darwin is okay. It's also going well. I will come back with an update on that. So I'm working on something very, very soon on Darwin X. Then George says, what criteria do you use to mark the opening price? Do I have to mark all? Well, that's a good question. Because if you look at the chart, there are gazillion opening price on the chart. So what you do is simply mark the opening price closest to the price. That's all. Especially on the higher time frame, from the daily, weekly, and then monthly. mark the opening price closer to the price. So you won't have more than one or two to play with. All right. So that is what I do. I'll simply look at where is price currently. Once I get that, I then look at, okay, where is the closest support and resistance, which is my opening price. That may cause this direction to change. And if it closes or defeats that opening price, it will go to the next one. So that is it. That's how I look at it. I think I enjoyed this stream. You guys really helped out with the lovely questions in the live chat. And then with your wonderful choice of pairs and instrument to analyze. Thank you. I think I'll be running up here. But in the meantime, let's keep chatting. Let your question comes. In case it doesn't come, the next few minutes, I will end the stream. So what you need to do is after the stream, you can rewatch it, take note of those levels. If possible, sketch it out in a book and use it as a guide for your direction in the coming week. And that is why I did this. Once you have your direction in place, 50% at least is done. So the remaining 20% and 50%, the remaining 50% is to work on your entry. And that you can quickly get to once you join the VIP, the Elite Traders program. Okay? Because when I started that program, I realized a lot of people struggle with the entry and not the direction per se. So I really take time to refine that, and they are right now killing it. Okay. Onome says Euro JPY. Onome German. Euro JPY. Then the next person there, Evelyn Mabao. Maboa, Arbi. Did I pronounce it well? Please forgive me. Do you have any group I can join? Yeah, I have it. I think I will bring back the Telegram. Though I've cancelled every subscriber I had then. Let me check. 1 minute. Let me put the Telegram group into the chat so you can join, and I will try to be active there. Because the Telegram, a lot of people pretend to be me. Uh, 1 minute. Okay, Raba Nation. Okay, you can join the link. That means I'll be active again on Telegram. So that is a group you can join. So because of you guys now, I'll try to be active again and grow it back. There are like 60 something people in that group. Yeah, 64. It was up to 1,000 back then, but I have to end it. Okay, hopefully we grow back to that level. So that is that. Joshua says, how do you manage loss sizing and stop loss? Most times, to be honest, I don't trade with stop loss. If it moves, I take the trade and I watch it. If I'm to leave the chart, then I'll lock in for gold, I'll lock in 30% stop loss. But most times I trade without stop loss. Then once it moves in my favor, I can break even and then allow, if it comes back to it, break even, fine. And if it decide to run, fine. So my loss size depends. I change, it changes. Like for the prop firm, because of the daily percentage that you must not go below is lower. I'd have to lower it. Because even though you know this market will push, what if it does go down before pushing? And then that small push down is taking maybe 2% of your account. So prop firm's position size is different from your main account position sizing. Your main account can use 3%, 5%. It all depends on the setup and how confident you are with that trade. But once you are trading a prop account, you don't need to rush. Use a lower lot size until you start getting. Because what I realize is different brokers have different contract size. If you don't go through their contract size and see, because at the time I opened a standard lot on gold, no, on oil. First thing I saw was minus $600. I shouted, one standard lot is one as if they times 10 from the previous other broker. So you have to check all those things. They're very important. Okay. So the last one for the day, Euro JPY. Then I'll call it a day. I'm exhausted already. I didn't expect to stay this long. So Euro JPY. Is this what they call bullish? This is a typical market structure movement. Oh. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up we go. Wow. You guys are really catching good moves on this press. Don't worry, I'll join you guys. Oh, so we are at resistance. Where we are bullish. It all started from here. Oh, 1 minute. Look at me. I'm still showing my chatting. Let's go back. Uh-huh. Oh my god. We'll be there. So the monthly is still bullish. Monthly is still bullish. So let's go to the weekly. Mm. Look at look at the look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bullish week in a row. Hmm. Where was I? Ah, and this is where we are targeting. This reversal opening price here. That's what we are targeting. So let me mark that level. because we've closed above this. Yeah, so we should push towards that. Let's take off this. All right. Daily. This kind of trade, this is the best area. Nice one. Price come down, and when we push. If you look at the previous candles patterns, I see down, push, down. This is a gap, pushed up, down, down into this, then push. Okay. So hopefully, I want that to play out. Maybe Monday, a red candle, Tuesday, top tapping, then push higher. So that is it, fellas. Don't forget to join the mini course if you are new. And if you are not new and you've already taken the mini course, congratulations and share it with others. I'll be back with sending emails once I am able to make my server trusted. I'll start sending the emails, okay? Because I notice when I send, a lot of people do not receive it because the open rate is low, very low than the standard. So I feel Gmail and those email providers just don't trust my server. These are things you have to learn, to do. So the link is in the description to join the mini course. Onome German says thank you. You're welcome. So this is where we are going to stop for today. So by next week, once I intend going live, I will schedule it for you to see. And also, you should be getting an email. That's when I finalize the email part. So I will send an email about the schedule. And look, we'll be going live by so and so date and time so that you can prepare. Precious Oguntoye is not here. When I scheduled a message, it was the first person on the chat that I said he's looking forward to this, but I've not seen him. Probably is listening, but didn't chat with me. All right, guys. Thank you.